Evanston Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at 99.1 FM KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. This year, Wyoming Legion AA Baseball is the show. Follow the Wyoming Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Being brought to you by Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Mountain West Business Solutions, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Black's Fork Dental of Mountain View, Ellingford Brothers, Uinta County School District No. 1, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Legal Tender Restaurant and Best Western Dunmar Inn, the Evanston Recreation Center, the Littlest Wood Shop, Come On In of Casper, Plains Tire, Arrowhead Dental, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Dr. McKay Franken, First Bank of Evanston, and by Auto Farm Chevrolet. With the first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the diamond.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody, and welcome to this First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 The Big Dog and mylocalradio.com. Elan, OLLIFF, and Ryan Steinekert bringing you live action from HLADKY Memorial Stadium in Gillette, Wyoming for day 3, the final day. Sorry, day 4, actually, if you count the Friday night game of the 2020 Gillette Spring Classic. The Evanston Outlaws went through the pool play, as you could say, with a 1-win and 3-loss record, good enough to clinch the number 4 spot and play in this fourth place game against the number 3 spot, Sheridan Troopers. This broadcast also brought to you in part by Superior Rental and the Gun Room at 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. Full line of Cub Cadet outdoor power equipment in stock and ready to take home today. Great discounts and easy financing. That's Superior Rental and the Gun Room at 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll set the scene on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on mylocalradio.com and the Big Dog.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m. We invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activity, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Welcome back to HLADKY Memorial Stadium here in Gillette, Wyoming. Elan, OLLIFF, and Ryan Steinekert bringing the action as the Evanston Outlaws get ready to take on the Sheridan Troopers in the 3rd place game for the 2020 Gillette Spring Classic, the first tournament of the 2020 Wyoming American Legion baseball season. Ryan, we've seen this Sheridan team before, and it was a defensive battle. Final score 3-1. Sheridan gets the win, but the thing is that the pitcher for that Evanston put out there, Ryan Fisher, definitely pitched well enough to win that game.
Yeah, he did. Had a really nice outing. Just allowed 3 runs on, like 7 hits. He scattered those 7 hits over the complete 6 innings, but just didn't get enough bat support, didn't get enough offense. Just the 1 run offensively for Evanston in that game.
As a team, the Evanston Outlaws went 5 of 24 in the 3-1 loss to Sheridan. The single run driven in by Jagger Mitchell on a 1-run RBI double. Well, it was a single, but he tried to turn it into a double and got thrown out at second. But that's how that one ended. Looking at Sheridan's journey through this tournament, they've had some really close games. I don't think they've played in a blowout quite yet.
No, they've had maybe the closest games of any team at this tournament. You look at what they've done and lost by just a single run to Cheyenne. They had a close game with Gillette, 8-3. They beat Evanston in a close game 3-1, and then beat Casper yesterday 5-3, and that was a one-run game through the 6 innings, I think. They scored that final run, a little insurance run in the 7th. So Sheridan's had some close games, but it's interesting, like we look at Evanston and they got blown out by Cheyenne 17-2. Sheridan was real close with Cheyenne. Evanston was real close with Sheridan. So Sheridan's kind of that team in the middle of, man, we're competing really well with everybody throughout the 7 innings of each game, and won 2 games over Evanston and Casper.
Looking at Evanston's journey through this tournament, they come in with a 1-win and 3-loss record. It all got started on the opening night of this tournament as they would take on the host Gillette Rough Riders. Final score there was 3-11. Then would come back with a vengeance and beat the Casper Oilers, reigning state champions, 20-7, and then would lose to Cheyenne 17-2, and Sheridan 1-3, as we talked about. But it's good enough to get the number 3 mark. On the bump today for the Evanston Outlaws will be Jagger Mitchell. We saw him appear in the Casper game. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, just kind of a bridge, you could say, between starter Gus Allred and really the guy that closed it down, Clayton Moyles.
Moyles had a great outing. That was his Outlaws debut, and boy, I was just incredibly impressed by what he did pitching that day. What was it, 1 1/3 innings, or 1 2/3 innings? He walked 2 but struck out 5. Well, looked very impressive.
Very impressive indeed, as Jagger Mitchell was the guy that got them to that point. He went 2/3 innings, only threw 18 pitches, and recorded 2 strikeouts himself. So a pretty impressive showdown there, as he will be facing off against Dalton Nelson. Don't have any pitching stats for Sheridan, as it is super early in the season, but Dalton Nelson versus Jagger Mitchell, this one will be a good one for the 3rd and 4th place game. Looks like we're going to get ready for our national anthem here pretty quick. We're going to step aside and come back. We'll set the lineups and the defense for this first bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
And welcome back to this first bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com and the Big Dog. ELAN, OLLIFF, and Ryan Steinecker bringing you the action. Right now, the Outlaws being called out, starting lineup for them as they line up on the 3rd base line in their blue tops, gray pants, post 41 across the chest, of course, wearing their post 41 blue and white Dodger-style caps. Leading off for the Outlaws, we have Reed Cross, the catcher. Batting second, number 17, Connor Peterson, the left fielder. Batting third, today's starting pitcher, number 3, Jagger Mitchell. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 5, Ryan Fisher. Batting fifth, center fielder, number 2, Casey Perriman. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11, Gus Allred. Batting seventh, number 14, right fielder, Kendall Cummings. Batting eighth, number 18, second baseman, Brendan Thompson. And batting ninth, number 6, the shortstop, Jordan Schneider. They're about to now play the national anthem. We'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll set the defense for the Sheridan Troopers and hopefully get the first pitch on a first bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com and the Big Dog.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
At Wyoming Dental Specialties, we help you have a straight and beautiful smile to improve your appearance and boost your confidence. And did you know that straightening your teeth can benefit your overall health and wellness? Straight teeth have fewer spots for bacteria to grow and cause cavities or gum disease. Having teeth properly aligned prevents uneven wear and weakening of teeth and eliminates stress on the jaw. So, in addition to having a beautiful smile, you'll have a more healthy you. So call today to schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown at Wyoming Dental Specialties and create a more beautiful and healthy you.
The national anthem of our country here on a beautiful Memorial Day Monday morning as the Evanston Outlaws take on the Sheridan Troopers for the third place here at the 2020 Gillette Spring Classic. ELAN, OLLIFF, and Ryan Steinecker bringing you the action. Let's go ahead and give you the defense for the Sheridan Troopers. Outfield featuring Jace Scovard in left, Carter Dubberly in center. Justice Reese, by the way, for Evanston fans, that Justice Reese, I did check. It is not the Justice Reese that has gained fame in Rock Springs. This one, it comes out of Tongue River. He plays in right field. Infield featuring Eric Taylor at first, Luke Keller at second, Michael Greer at the hot corner, Jacob Boynt at shortstop. Battery featuring Dalton Nelson, pitching to Cody Kilpatrick. Bringing in now Ryan Steinecker. Ryan, what has been your impression from the Evanston Outlaws in these first 4 games that we've seen?
You know, overall, Elan, I've been impressed with how well they've competed. The dominant win over Casper was just something else. I mean, that was exciting, especially we consider Casper's defending state champs. They're in the conference, so that was an encouraging thing for Evanston to win that way. Obviously, that's not how every game's going to go with Casper this year, but certainly encouraging. The way they competed early for the first 3 or 4 innings with Gillette and the first 3 innings with Cheyenne tells you that, and especially because Evanston's strategy coming in was, let's do our best to beat Casper and Sheridan and compete with as we can with younger, less experienced pitchers against Cheyenne and Gillette. So even with less experienced pitchers, they competed early against those better teams.
This really is a chess game out here on the field. What kind of pieces do you have? What kind of pieces do you want to use, and when do you want to deploy them? Well, Coach Thompson has decided to deploy Jagger Mitchell to start this one, as the Sheridan Troopers will send out Dalton Nelson. Leading off for the Evanston Outlaws will be catcher Reed Gross. Reed with a .300 batting average here in the early part of this season.
Gross finished the year hitting .315 last year, and if he can be in that .300 range as a leadoff hitter, the Outlaws will be happy with it.
First pitch right down the middle by Nelson as strike 1, as Gross just kind of looked at that one, probably just trying to get a feel of what's to come.
Lays off a high fastball, and boy, it might be a tight strike zone. That didn't look too high from here, but
1 ball, 1 strike, swing, and that one's fouled off for strike number 2.
And that's, I hope that doesn't sound like a criticism against the umpires. You know, each umpire has his strike zone, and the pitchers have to adjust to that.
And for people watching or listening, you got to remember we are elevated, so the angle could appear a little bit different as the next one is high and outside.
True.
For ball 2.
Certainly our angle not ideal from up here.
Righty versus righty, the 2-2. Fly ball into shallow right field. It will be easily taken down by Justice Reese for out number 1.
And Reese shuffling his feet, settled under it. There was a lot of air underneath that ball for Gross. Just got underneath it.
Connor Peterson, he leads the team with 5 runs scored in the early going. Most of those actually came against the Casper team in that win, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he got on quite a few times and only got maybe like 1 hit. But came around quite a few times.
Yeah, one hit but scored 4 times. He reached on an error, hit by a pitch on a fielder's choice, and scored all 4 times that he reached.
Discussion happening between the umpire and the pitcher. It looks like something might be going on. And the umpire has called Coach Thompson out of the dugout, so there will be a conference between them.
Dalton Nilsson looking at his hand, or like his finger and his forefinger and thumb. He's kind of showing that spot on his hand to some other teammates.
The entire infield comes in to check in on him. This broadcast also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic on 545 Cheyenne Drive in Evanston. Call 307-789-0043. Blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, allergies, get rid of them all. Again, Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
I wonder if he has a little like paper cut, just something on his hand that's maybe bleeding a little bit or something along those lines. Looks like they brought out some tape or something to wrap it.
It's interesting that they called Chad Thompson out of the dugout and not Coach Phillips for the Sheridan Troopers to talk about what's going on. And now Coach Phillips makes his way out of the first base dugout, crosses the first base line, as play has still stopped. Connor Peterson will be the next batter. Reed Gross flew out to right field on a 5th pitch. And another Sheridan Trooper player runs out there with another type of tape. So there must be a minor cut or something that they're trying to take care of. Even in regular times, this is something that you would want to take care of, but especially now with how conscious everybody is of sickness and illness and stuff like that.
I was just going to mention Outlaws will be have this few days off after this tournament to rest some arms and things like that, and then they'll get back at it at the Rock Springs Varsity Coronavirus Tournament this Saturday and Sunday. And I just have to chuckle at the name a little bit. But Outlaws will play 2 games on Saturday, 5 p.m. against Jackson, 7:30 p.m. against Rock Springs. And then a couple games Sunday as well. They'll take on Green River twice is what it shows on my schedule this Sunday.
And that Jackson game, of course, since it starts at 5 o'clock, will not interfere with graduation over in Evanston on Saturday. We'll be carrying that graduation right here at mylocalradio.com. And then, of course, a little bit later, we'll have some baseball that night. Good way to celebrate it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, it looks like we're back to playing baseball as the conference at the mound is broken up, and Dalton Nelson is back on the mound. Dalton, a pretty tall right-handed pitcher, as he'll face Connor Peterson, the left fielder. First pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Connor Peterson batting .300 on the infant season, but leads the team with 5 runs scored. As we mentioned, 4 of them coming against Casper. Swing and a fly ball into left field, and it will be out of play for foul ball. Makes the count 1 ball, 1 strike after the long strike there by Connor Peterson.
Peterson 0 for 2 against Sheridan yesterday, but scored a run. He's got a penchant for getting on base.
This one, a good blooper into left center. It drops for a base hit. Connor Peterson thought about rounding second, but he probably just held up and will make it a single.
Very nice contact on that base hit. He lifted it well over the shortstop, but dropped it in way in front of center fielder Carter Dubberly for the safety.
Jagger Mitchell, the pitcher, batting .462 and leads the team thus far in RBIs with 4. He's picked up quite a lot of them, actually. He seems to be the guy that, if runners are on, he's got the ability to drive them in.
He's been smart so far. He's not trying to do too much. He's just trying to get base hits, and that's been very effective so far.
First pitch, swing, and a drive along the third base line. That is where he has been looking all weekend, and that will advance the runners. Evanston goes station to station, and with 1 down, Evanston has runners on first and second for Ryan Fisher.
Jagger Mitchell, the quick bat. We've seen him all weekend. He's really been turning on pitches, and there's been a lot of times he's pulled them foul. Base hits or contact with the ball that would have been maybe single, good singles like that or doubles. But this time he keeps it fair down that third base line for the single.
Ryan Fisher did take the loss against Sheridan yesterday, but he pitched well enough to win that game, especially in the 6th inning when he struck out the side. First pitch, outside zone for strike 1.
Yeah, struck out 5, allowed just 3 runs over the course of those 6 innings, but just didn't get the bat production, the run production he needed from his teammates.
Ryan Fisher, the cleanup hitter, batting .250, a drive into left field. That's going to get down for another base hit. They're waving the Peterson around. He will score. They might get Jagger Mitchell around too. They are telling him to go. He goes out wide. The throw is not even going to be in time, and Evanston's got 2 after the 2-run RBI double by Ryan Fisher.
That ball got through the legs of Jay Skovgaard in left field. It would have been an RBI single. I think Peterson was going to score regardless, but because it got through Skovgaard and almost rolled to the warning track, 2-run score, and Fisher's on second in scoring position.
Evanston off to a hot start, and this is what they need. If we've seen this weekend, if they can build momentum early, they become a snowball that's hard to stop, as Casey Perriman, the center fielder, takes first ball out in the outside zone for strike 1. Perriman having a great season so far, .625, highest on the team with a .700 on-base percentage.
Boy, you get on base 7 out of 10 times. That's incredible.
Perriman drives one into left field, caught by Skovgaard, causing Fisher to go back to second.
Very solid contact by Perriman. Unfortunately for Evanston, he hit it right at left fielder Jay Skovgaard. He came in about 5 steps and had just put a glove on it. Easy play, despite the good contact.
Gus Allred stepping in, .333 average for number 11 for Evanston, the only left-handed batter in the Evanston lineup. First pitch, pop that one high into shallow right field, and it will be easily caught by Justice Reese. So after the first part of the inning for Evanston, it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. It's 2-0 Evanston as we go to the bottom of the first on a first make presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog at mylocalradio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
When someone says sleep apnea, it usually conjures up stereotype images. This is Dr. Jonathan Morgan. The fact is that sleep apnea affects people of all ages and occurs when there is an involuntary pause of breath during sleep. Are you always tired? At Arrowhead Dental, we offer oral appliance therapy as an effective, non-invasive treatment for certain types of sleep apnea. Schedule an appointment to take a simple in-home test. Visit arrowheaddentalwy.com today.
Back-to-back singles put runners on first and second. Ryan Fisher hits a 2-run RBI double, and it's 2-0 Evanston going into the bottom of the first. Jagger Mitchell will be on the hill for the Outlaws. As we mentioned earlier, he pitched 2/3 of an inning, got 2 strikeouts, threw 18 pitches in the blowout victory over Casper. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting lineup for the Sheridan Troopers, if you would like to, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, great. Thank you. It'll be leading off at number 5, center fielder Carter Dubberly. Batting second, number 11, pitcher Dalton Nelson. Batting third will be the shortstop, number 12, Jacob Boyd. Cleanup is 24, first baseman Eric Taylor. He'll be followed by right fielder Justice Reese, third baseman Michael Greer, catcher Cody Kilpatrick, second baseman Luke Keller, and batting ninth will be Jace Skovgaard, the left fielder.
Carter Dubberly, .333 average on the young season, as Mitchell fires a hard first pitch, but it's just low and inside for ball 1.
Mitchell, I know, spent some time in the offseason when he could get away from basketball practice and games to spend some time with baseball and work on that velocity of his pitch.
Beautiful pitches. That one started inside and worked its way back into the zone for strike one, and Dubberly just looked at it.
And Mitchell's always been an effective pitcher with his placement and just his intelligence and hitting spots.
His delivery is awfully quick, too. He's got a very interesting kind of circle set where he brings the ball up high, brings it clockwise around to front of his face, and then drops it down.
That last pitch tailed off a little bit away from the left-handed batter and just out of the box.
Chopper at the first baseline, easily taken by Gus. He gloves it, steps on the bag for out number one.
Little 3 unassisted ground ball. Gus, he looked pretty lackadaisical right there, but it was a routine play, and he was feeling comfortable and calm and made the play.
You talk about efficiency from Jagger Mitchell. Only the other thing is that how quickly he works. It's like as soon as he gets it, he's into his set and he's off and running. Yeah,
and that's something typical we see, and it's interesting to play like the Cheyennes and the Gillettes because their pitchers go so much more a slower, like a major league pace. They take their time. They remove the hat, fix the hair, fix the belt buckle, take their take a little more time. Whereas, and it's kind of it's pretty typical, stereotypical, I should say, that on the east side, a little more time between pitches. On the west side, you see a little more less time. Those pitchers working more quickly.
Do you think it has something to do with the weather on the west side?
It may.
Here comes the pitch. First one to Dalton Nelson is low and outside for ball one. Hearing some crowd chuckles about what that comment that we just made about the weather on the west side. Next pitch from Mitchell is outside zone for strike one. Froze Nelson on that one.
Speaking of frozen and the weather, with some snow yesterday in Evanston,
yes,
Elan? Or was that Saturday?
I think it was Saturday. My wife was telling me the next one is outside.
Jagger tries to frame that, but it's just off the plate outside.
Jagger sets, kicks, and deals. The 2-1 outside.
And I said, Jagger, it's Reed Gross behind the dish, trying to frame that pitch.
Reed Gross has a kind of a beigeish yellow catcher's helmet. Jagger Mitchell, the more traditional dark blue Outlaws helmet, as Jagger finds the zone right down the middle. 4 strike 2, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody down. Top of the first, Evanston leads 2-0. Mitchell deals. Chopper at the shortstop. Jordan Schneider, long throw to first, makes it in time for out number 2.
Good play by Schneider. It hopped up high at the last second, about chest high, and he had to adjust his glove, and then it got caught in that glove for just a second there, but he still made a good, accurate throw in time.
Jacob Boynt batting .500 for the shortstop, and we were calling him Black Hole Boynt yesterday as he was catching everything that was hit at him. There was 2 plays in a row where it was 6-3 putouts.
Yeah, he was very good defensively at the shortstop position. I don't know if he's a switch hitter, but he's batting left. I know he throws right.
First pitch outside for ball 1. It looked like Boynt thought about showing bunt, but then held off, seeing where that was headed.
Boynt yesterday, I'll give you that in a second.
Here comes the 0-1 delivery, or 1-0, excuse me, outside, and it's 2-0. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yesterday against Evanston had that RBI, that 2-run triple in the third that broke the game open and essentially gave Sheridan the win.
And when we talk about broke the game open, the final score is 3-1. Evanston's already got 2 runs on them, so this could be a little bit more high scoring as a game, as the next pitch is a little bit inside and low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Jacob Boynt. 2 down. Evanston trying to get out of this one. Kick and deal by Jagger, fouled off by Boynt, so Jagger's still alive in this at bat.
It's a tough spot for Jagger, being down in the count against the number 3 hitter in the lineup who coming in is hitting .500 this season. So he's got some work to do to get back in this count down 3-1.
And if I'm not mistaken, this might be the first lefty that Jagger has faced today.
I think you're right.
Pitch by Jagger, 3-1, outside, and he walks it. So a 5-pitch walk. And that'll bring up Eric Taylor, the first baseman, who got the win over Evanston on the mound yesterday. Taylor, though, a little slow of a start here in the season at the plate. He's batting under 100 at the moment. Well, you look at it, he's a combined 1 for 11 to start the season, hoping to shake out of that slump. Jagger kicks and deals. That one high around the chest and inside for ball 1.
Yeah, and that's certainly not where you want your number 4, your cleanup hitter, to be on for an average .090. But you know what that tells me is if he's the number 4 hitter, he's obviously a good hitter, and he's probably due for something. We'll hope that doesn't happen here against Evanston.
2 outs, 1 on, as that one goes inside and almost unbuttons Eric Taylor's shirt for ball 2. Jagger Mitchell taking his time with this one. Gets the sign from Gross. Sets at the belt. Kicks and deals. That one finds the inside part of the zone. Beautiful pitch, Jagger, for strike 1.
Very good, nice spot, especially for that for a 2-0 pitch, because Taylor's looking for something in his wheelhouse, so he's not going to swing at something inside, jamming him on the on the knuckles. 2
balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Evanston leads it 2-0, as Evanston has yet to allow a hit. Taylor throw outside, caught by Gross as Boynt was taken off for second. Throw is not going to have a chance.
Gross, the throw from catcher, it tails off to the right, and he has to adjust for that. So when he releases it, you see it's almost like he's throwing it toward the shortstop. This time he threw it right at second, and it tailed off to the right. The height was good. It was on time if it's right there at the bag.
Looking at the flag starting to pick up a little bit. The wind may have had something to do with that flow tailing off just a little bit, and here comes the next pitch. Popped up high into center field. Casey Perriman calling everyone out, ranges to his left and makes the grab. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and it's 2-0 Evanston as we head into the top of the second. Outlaws will have Cummings, Thompson, and Schneider due up on a First Bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Cummings takes pitch number 1 of inning number 2 right in the side and gets on via hit by pitch. That sets it up for Brendan Thompson. He's in a bit of a slump, but he's actually had some runs scored. Highlight of the tournament for him is probably striking out, drop third strike, and then he hustled to first as he takes the first one for a ball.
Was that against Casper? He actually had I thought I remembered him having a good day at the plate against Casper.
A 1-0 from Dalton Nelson. Bunt placed by Thompson, but it goes high and across the first base line for a foul ball.
Yeah, Thompson 2 for 5 against Casper. He struck out and got on base and then scored. He also had 2 RBI singles in that game. Scored 3 times.
His most successful game of the tournament. Would love to repeat that here. Nelson sets and delivers. Thompson chased that one outside to foul it off. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he's come out of the box a lot with pitches that he wishes he swung at and missed on, just kind of shaking his head, just trying to get in that groove.
Next pitch outside, way outside for ball 2. You wonder if he's going to take more of an aggressive approach because, like you said, there's been pitches that have been right down the pipe that he's been holding up at, and then he walks out of the box, shakes his head, goes back in there and is still trying to solve these pitchers that they've been facing. Timeout called by Thompson at the plate.
The Outlaws jumped on Nelson big time in that first inning. We'll see if they can add to that here with the leadoff runner or the leadoff hitter, Kendall Cummings, hit by the pitch. Thompson at the plate, a 2-2 count.
The 2-2 outside, and it's a full count. Good at bat here for Brennan Thompson.
Yeah, down 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's taken 2 balls that he easily could have been fooled on, breaking balls dropping out and away.
Set by Nelson, kicks, and that one fastball right down Broadway. He fouls that one off to stay alive. This will be pitch number 7 of the battle between Brennan Thompson and Dalton Nelson.
And Thompson, a good hitter. You talked about the slump to start. He hit .319 last year. He's capable of good things.
The pitch.
There we go.
This is laced into center left field, but ranging over to get it. Dubberly, who just gets on his horse and gets there in the nick of time to make the catch for out number 1.
Well hit. Again, just not quite enough towards left field. Just missed that gap, and Dubberly got a great jump on it, made a nice catch.
Jordan Schneider, the shortstop, due up now. 200 average for him, and he's kind of had a quietly very, very good tournament.
He has, yeah. We've seen him pitch some. He's been good. He's been good defensively.
First pitch, a little bit high for ball 1.
And the 200 average, but he was really good, I think, against Casper, wasn't he? He did.
He was.
1 for 3. He got on base 3 times, scored 3 runs, 2 RBIs, that 2-run double.
A great base runner, Jordan Schneider, as the next pitch is just high for ball 2. There's quite a bit of a stature difference between Jordan Schneider and Brennan Thompson, and it seems like Dalton Nelson kind of having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to the new strike zones that each batter faces, as the 2-0 is popped up high into center field. Dubberly camped out under it for out number 2.
The Outlaws are seeing something that Nelson is throwing, and the last couple batters have gotten underneath a little too much, but they're really making solid contact against Nelson.
Brings us back to the top of the order. Reed Gross, the catcher, who's 0 for 1. He flew out to right field last time, but he worked a pretty good at-bat, as I have on my score sheet. It was a 2-2 count when he did take that one out. Kicks and deals. That one, first one, breaking ball, started outside, then worked its way back into the zone for strike 1.
It was a good at-bat for Gross. He fouled 1 or 2 off, and made the contact was solid. It just went too high. Got to him too much underneath it on his swing.
Next pitch outside for ball 1. There's Reed Gross batting .300 to start the season. Nelson kicks and deals. Low and outside for ball 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to catcher Reed Gross for the Evanston Outlaws. They lead it 2-0 after a 2-run RBI double by Ryan Fisher in the first, scoring Jagger Mitchell and Connor Peterson. Next pitch outside, ball 3. So a 31 count to Reed Gross. This is exactly where you want to be if you are Reed.
Yeah, he's looking for something right down the middle, or something he can really drive here.
Nelson's going to have no choice but to deliver it as Gross pops that one high. Third baseman Greer waving off everyone as he makes the catch in the infield for out number 3. So the Outlaws go 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second after this on a first make presentation of Evanston Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Crafting is really fun. Sometimes a tutorial helps get the project finished just right. TheLittlestWoodShop.com offers tutorials on Facebook to teach you new techniques and fun ideas for crafting. Follow us on Facebook so you're notified each time we post a new tutorial. Plus, get all your supplies for each project at TheLittlestWoodShop.com. We sell individual project supplies, kits for group projects, and we sell bulk wholesale crafting supplies. Visit TheLittlestWoodShop.com today.
The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Sheridan Troopers. They trail the Evanston Outlaws 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Jagger Mitchell taking the mound after throwing 20 pitches against 4 batters in the first. Got a ground out the first 2 batters and then walked Jacob Boynt and then forced Eric Taylor to fly out. Due up for the Troopers, Justice Reese. And again, that is Justice Reese from Tongue River High School, not the one that Evanston fans know from that amazing basketball game against Rock Springs in regionals this year.
Evanston Red Devil fans familiar with a different Justice Reese, right?
Very similar though, but build. Maybe this guy's a little bit skinnier, but he's got the same height that I would imagine as this guy is a tall, lanky right-hander. Jagger Mitchell, first pitch is inside for ball 1. He kind of crowds the plate a little bit, so Jagger might have sent a message saying, hey, back up.
Back off a little.
I mean, if you look, his toes are almost on that line.
Yeah, and that height makes it look good, like he's closer, too.
First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
He is a tall, lanky kid.
The outfield playing pretty much straight up, but you've got Jordan Schneider almost into shallow left field is the next pitch outside for ball 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Justice Reese.
Yeah, Schneider deep in the hole there at shortstop.
Evanston out there in their blue tops, gray pants as Jagger Mitchell delivers. Liner into left field, and that's a base hit, the first one for the Troopers.
Boy, he ripped that into left, and there was no chance that Fisher or Schneider had it at third and short to get to it. Just rifled it right through him.
Well, Reese, I wasn't going to say this because it's a small sample size. He's starting the season at .666 average, but that was only in 1 game appearance where he went 2 for 3, but there might be something behind that number.
There might be. Add to today's that base hit right there. He's batting .750 so far.
Michael Greer, the third baseman, batting .222 on the young season. Runner on first. First pitch to Greer from Mitchell is outside for ball 1.
Mitchell has yet to throw a first pitch strike. So far that hasn't hurt him, but that's certainly something to be aware of.
Mitchell checks the runner at first. Sets at the chest. Right-hander versus right-hander. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
They call a balk?
I believe they did, as we just saw Justice Reese take off for second on a balk.
So that negates that what it would have been that strike, right? Count remains 1 ball, no strikes.
It does. Jagger Mitchell's off the mound, trying to compose himself, gets back on the bump. Mitchell sets, checks the runner at second, kicks and deals. Inside for ball 2, so it's 2 balls, no strikes.
I didn't see what Mitchell did on that balk.
I did not either.
It's interesting, especially when you consider last night. Who was that pitcher we were watching?
It was someone from Cheyenne where he would set, and he literally took like 3 steps. He would take 3 mini steps after the set. Kick from Mitchell. This one popped up high. Center field, Casey Perriman and Kendall Cummings both going after it. It'll be Perriman who gets the grab. Tagging up is Justice Reese. He'll advance to third. Reese coming in with a lot of speed, enough to make Reed Gross take notice as he throws off his mask thinking he just might be heading for me.
Yeah. Reese got moving as soon as that ball was caught, and it was deep enough for the sac fly to move Reese over to third with 1 down.
Go to Kilpatrick. In a bit of a struggle to begin the season, batting a combined 1 for 11. As he's hoping to bust out of that slump, and he could do it in a big way with Justice Reese on third. First pitch to Kilpatrick. inside around the almost around the helmet, but maybe from that angle it looked worse than it really was because he put his head down as it was coming in, but it was way inside for ball one.
Jagger trying to go inside a lot, and he just hasn't found that spot yet.
Ooh. Swing and a drive into left field, but it goes out of play for a foul ball.
Boy, Kilpatrick really got a hold of that one well, but pulled it too far into foul territory.
1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Mitchell. Outside for ball. Trying to get some speed and to break inside that zone, but Mitchell seems like he's still trying to locate that outside spot and that inside spot. Where he's had success, though, is in that lower area.
There we go.
And there it is right there. Puts it right in the lower part of the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, and just painted the outside corner. That's a tough pitch for a batter. You don't want to chase something out that far. That's a good pitch.
The 1-2 from Mitchell, 1 down, runner on third. This one laced into center field. Perriman should get there, no problem. Makes the catch. Reese thought about tagging up, but a great quick throw from Perriman makes him think twice.
A great awareness by Perriman. He comes in, and then he stopped for just a second so that he could get on a move forward to make a strong throw in as he made just after making the catch. Good play.
Luke Keller, the second baseman, steps into the batter's box looking for his first hit of the infant season. This is only his second at bat as he is 0 for 1 on the season thus far.
Jagger has a chance to get out of this bit of a jam.
Mitchell kicks and deals. In the zone for strike 1, right down the center.
8th batter that Mitchell has faced today. That's the first one that's seen a first pitch strike for Mitchell. Maybe he's settling in a bit better, finding those spots.
He works quick, back to work. Ooh. Finds the outside part of the zone. He's got that one located. We'll see if he can hit it again. No balls, 2 strikes on Keller. 2 down, runner on third. Big chance here for Evanston. The pitch, swing and a miss, and down goes Keller. Evanston gets out of the inning on the back of Jagger Mitchell. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. It's 2-0 heading into the third. Evanston leads on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this first make presentation of Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
A pass to the Evanston Rec Center can help you reach your overall fitness goals. Whether you would like to walk the indoor track, lap swim, lose weight, run a marathon, or train for a triathlon, the Evanston Rec Center offers something for everyone, every age and every fitness level. With a nursery available year-round, everyone in the family will have fun focusing on better overall fitness. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Rec Center. Stop in today, 275 Saddle Ridge Road.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Moving quick at HLADKY Field as Connor Peterson comes in as he's 1 for 1 with a run scored, 1-1 count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch is low for ball 2, making 2-1. Connor swung and missed at the first one and then has taken 2 consecutive balls as Dalton Nelson delivers at 1 on the outside zone to even up the count at 2.
Peterson off to a hot start to the season, and you mentioned he was leading the team with 5 runs. Well, he scored 1 more. He's got 6 on the year already.
Kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, and thought the ball was down on the ground, but a good hold there by Cody Kilpatrick to secure the strikeout. Here's Jagger Mitchell, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Leads the team with 4 RBIs. He was batting .462 going into this game. Probably around the 500 mark now, I'd imagine.
Yeah, with that single and a run scored in the first.
First pitch to Mitchell. That one started inside and started inch its way outside, but it still caught the corner of the zone. Great pitch there by Nelson.
Dalton Nelson seeming to find his groove. He's looked good so far in this third inning.
Nelson kicks and deals. Outside, ball 1. Beautiful day here at Gillette, Wyoming's HLADKY Memorial Stadium.
Oh, man. Can you imagine if we had this weather all weekend?
Oh, man. I can't even believe as the 1-1 goes outside for a ball, I can't even believe that we were in the same place the last 3 days. It was beautiful night 1. Yesterday was cold as Jagger sends it one into left field, and that's a base hit. Jagger Mitchell 2 for 2.
Nice little piece of hit and just didn't try to do too much with it. Went with where the pitch was, kind of on the inside half, and we've seen him like to pull pitches so far this season, and he just did that into left field for a nice little single.
That sets up Ryan Fisher, who is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, excuse me.
Yeah, warmer already this morning at 55 than it's been either of the last 2 days. Plus the sun is out, so.
I think the highest we got was 37 yesterday, as the first one to Fisher goes right down Broadway for strike 1.
Well, we were watching that Gillette and Cheyenne game last night. About, 9 o'clock we started seeing our breath.
The 0-1 in the zone catches that outside part, breaking ball for strike 2.
Fisher just didn't even pay attention to that pitch. It looked high, it was coming in, but just dropped into the zone.
0-2 count. Wind starting to pick up as that American flag at half staff as Ryan Fisher calls the timeout. At half staff due to President Donald Trump issuing that all flags should be flown at half staff over the weekend in honor of all those lost due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Ball's on the ground, and the housekeeping is taken care of by Kilpatrick, who fires it down to first for strikeout and out number 2.
That one benefit of that, though, or one good thing that happened out of that is that Jagger Mitchell was able to advance over to second base on the strikeout, the throw down to first.
Here's Casey Perriman, who flew out his first at-bat. He leads the team at .625 coming into the game, batting average, and .700 on-base percentage. And as we mentioned, the fly out to left was actually really well contacted. Just hung there for a second as the first pitch completely fools Perriman as he swings at one trailing outside.
Yeah, he made great contact in that first inning, just went right to the center or left fielder. Speaking of which, Dubberly shaded a bit off toward left field. A lot of Outlaws have been pulling it down toward left and into the gap.
Next pitch to Perriman, checks his swing, and it's outside, ball 1. Some scores from around the state yesterday. Casper and Gillette. Gillette won that one 8-0 with a complete game shutout by Zach Brown. Gillette and Cheyenne, we saw that one a 4-3 walk-off single by Cole Swisher as Perriman drives the next one just barely foul. And Jagger Mitchell was on his horse. He would have scored on that had that stayed. It would just travel perfectly along the third base line and just didn't land on the right side.
Yeah, Mitchell was ready to score. He was coming home, and that would have made it 3-0. Good contact by Perriman again, just not quite exactly where he needs it.
Other game was a 5-3 victory for Sheridan over Casper as a swing and a miss from Casey Perriman ends the inning. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. It's still 2-0. Evanston leads it going into the bottom of the third on a first bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog at mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District No. 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Jagger Mitchell starts inning number 3 of work, and why not? Only 1 hit allowed, no runs, no errors, so a great outing so far by number 3 for the Evanston Outlaws. It's exciting to see this talent develop this early, as Jagger Mitchell still has 2 years left to play, so he is just entering, I guess you could say, the prime of his Outlaw career.
It's weird to talk about like JV varsity, for me at least, with Outlaws baseball. But, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. And so you think about Jagger, 2 years left. He's like 2 years including this year or after this year?
I think after this
year.
So
he's essentially a sophomore in his JV varsity type, if you're looking at it that way. And you think about somebody starting varsity as a sophomore, you're going to get a lot of – and he started last year as well. So he's going to contribute a lot to this Outlaws program.
Jay Skovgaard, the left fielder, looking for his hit, laces one into left field, and the search for first hit number 1 is over as Jay Skovgaard leads it off with a single.
Justice Reese led off the second inning with a single, got a balk to second, was sacrificed over to third, but couldn't score. So we've seen Jagger be able to give up that leadoff single and still prevent any runs.
Here's Carter Dubberly, who grounded out unassisted to Gus over at first, his first time up. First pitch in the zone for strike 1.
And you see Reed Gross really frame that pitch and make sure he gets that strike called.
Reed Gross, probably one of the top catchers at this tournament that we've seen, especially when it comes to blocking here at Gillette, as Jagger throws back to first to check up on Skovgaard. A massive foul area here at Gillette behind the plate.
Yeah, lots of room for balls, passed balls or wild pitches to roll.
We've seen a number of catchers struggle with that, as the next one from Jagger catches the outside of the zone for strike 2.
And that looked like a little off speed. Looked like it had a little break on it, and I think Dubberly laid off it because it looked like it was coming in outside, but dropped in that back corner of the plate for strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Evanston leads as the 0-2 driven into right field. Kendall Cummings and Casey Perriman gonna work together forward as Perriman ranges over to his right and makes the grab.
Perriman's been active. That's, I think, the third ball he's caught, the third fly ball, and none of them have been easy, like right at him. He's had to make some, cover some distance, cover some turf to get to those balls, and he's doing a nice job in center today.
Dalton Nelson, the pitcher, 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop his first time up.
Fisher looks like he's expecting bunt here at third base. He's moved in onto the grass.
Mitchell not even worrying about Dubberly over there on first as he throws the first one just a bit outside for ball 1.
And interesting, look how far he is off of third base too, Fisher. With that left-handed hitter, not a big surprise, but interesting spot there at third where he's playing.
Casey Perriman over in center, shaded over towards right. That's where he's made the majority of his catches, so that would make sense. The next pitch inside, and it's fouled off by Nelson. That one was way inside. Nelson just kind of swung at that one to kind of fight it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Evanston leads it 2-0 after a 2-run RBI double by Ryan Fisher. Laced into left field. Good light hit there for contact by Dalton Nelson.
And he went away from, he's a left-handed hitter, went into left field, just went with the pitch and took the opposite for that nice little single.
Here's Jacob Boynt. He drew a walk his first time up, so he's still looking for his first at-bat of the game, and then stole second to put him in scoring position.
Critical spot here with runners on first and second, just 1 out, And they're right in the heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up for Sheridan.
Mitchell checks the runner at second. Pretty big lead there by Skovgaard. That's not over there at second, as Jacob Boynt fouls the first one off across the first base line. Dalton Nelson on first, Jay Skovgaard on second. Jagger Mitchell on the bump for the Evanston Outlaws. Checks the runner at second. Keeps glancing back there. Kicks and delivers. Into left field, and almost a diving catch by Schneider, but a great play and recovery by Connor Peterson, who throws it into third quickly to get the force out at third. What a play by Connor Peterson.
Yeah, great effort by Schneider, and because it was close there, Skovgaard couldn't quite advance yet, without the risk of a double play if Schneider makes that catch at short, and so that actually played to the advantage of Evanston to get that second out.
I think they're going to call that a fielder's choice, maybe?
Yeah, 7-5 fielder's choice.
Eric Taylor, due up.
High and in. It's interesting. Jagger's actually, it feels like, been a little more effective when he throws a first pitch ball. Those first pitch strikes have been hit a couple times.
Pitch by Jagger. Low for a ball.
Trying to find that low end of the strike zone and just misses underneath.
2 straight balls, and I think they have scored that a fielder's choice. I know there was some discussion up here between the scorekeepers on whether to score that last hit by Boynt as a hit or not, because they weren't going to get him at first.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the same thing as if if it was a hit to third but a slow dribbler and he was able to step on the bag and then throw to first and not get that out. That's where they went to get that lead runner, essentially.
3-0 to Eric Taylor. Down low for a ball, and the bases are loaded.
A 4-pitch walk to load the bases. That's not where you want to go, especially clinging to just a 2-run lead and bring up Justice Reese, who he hit a nice single in the second.
Made it all the way to third after that. And now let's see if Jagger Mitchell can work out of another jam. First pitch to Reese. Outside and in the zone on that lower corner for strike one.
Well, and I don't know if it's the height of Reese in there in the batter's box, but that pitch looked so low, but it caught that bottom edge.
The 0-1 outside. Good block by Reed Gross to hold the runner at third.
That was a big key. Sheridan scores a run, maybe 2, if that ball gets past Gross.
Nelson on third, Boynt on second, Taylor on first. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, Evanston leads it 2-0. Timeout called. Justice Reese, he's got to be around 6'4", 6'5".
He's tall.
He is a tall young man.
That's a big strike zone.
Really?
A tall strike zone.
And the pitch. Outside for ball 2.
And you could see Gross with the glove. It was out. He tried to shift it back in and frame it. The ump's not falling for that. I mean, catchers do that all day long, but didn't work this time.
Mitchell, the 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Tough pitch right there, and Reese just couldn't quite get a hold of it. Maybe a foul tip, but into the glove of Gross, and that evens the count. Big moment here with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
He worked out of a situation with Justice Reese actually over on third. Can he do it again? The pitch. Outside, good block by Reed Gross to keep that in front of him and hold Nelson at third. Full count. Big pitch coming up. This could be one of those at-bats we look back at it later on when this thing is all said and done.
Yeah, this could either break the game open, get Sheridan on the board, maybe tie things up or more, or keep Evanston in the lead. This is big right here, this pitch.
Here it comes, hit and run in play. Fouled off right at the first base dugout.
all the runners were gone. I mean, they'd all advanced to their next base. And with 2 outs, no wonder. They're moving on any contact anyway.
It does not get any more dramatic than this. 2-0 lead for Evanston. Bases are loaded for Sheridan. Full count. 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Strikeout looking. It catches the right part of the zone. Justice Reese threw away the bat like he thought he was walking, but the ump says up corner for the strikeout looking. He gets out of it again. What a performance by Jacker Mitchell. I got to tabulate it. We'll be right back after this on a First Bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at Ellingford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. Ellingford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
So we close the book on Dalton Nelson. He goes 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earns, no walks, 2 strikeouts to my count, and I believe 1 hit batsman.
That's what I've got. Not a bad outing. In 3 innings, you'd like to give up less than the 2 runs, but he's kept his team in contention for sure.
Gus Allred will lead it off for the Outlaws. After him will be Kendall Cummings. And then Brendan Thompson. That's as far as we'll go in the order. Gus Allred 0 for 1 after flying out to right field. Jacob Boynt coming in, and I don't know if we saw him yesterday at all. First pitch from Boynt to Allred outside and way out there. The outstretched glove of Cody Kilpatrick didn't have a chance of getting it, and it's ball 1.
You're saying we don't know if we saw him pitch yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think. He may have pitched a little bit against Casper, but I don't think so.
Allred, hopper to second baseman, throw to first in time for out number 1.
Again, decent contact, but just right at the second baseman. Pretty easy play, routine grounder for Luke Keller.
Kendall Cummings, the right fielder. He was hit by a pitch last time. Batting .333 in the young season. The infant season, as I like to say at this point. We're 4 games in. Pitch from Boynt. What a sweeping slider that just starts in the center and goes way outside. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Next pitch from Boynt. Popped up high into right field. Reese makes the grab for out number 2.
Well, the Outlaws are obviously seeing something they like. They're making contact with these pitches, but not getting it anywhere to get on base.
Brendan Thompson was in a 7-pitch showdown with Dalton Nelson, and he took pitch number 7 and flew out to center his first time up in the second inning. 2 down here in the top of the 4th. First pitch fouled off behind the plate. So right now I've only got Boynt throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitches thus far, and he's already got 2 outs.
Yeah, he's working quickly and efficiently. And like I said, he's giving the Outlaws pitches that they feel good about swinging on, obviously. They think they can do something with, but there's just enough movement on it or keeping them guessing just enough that they haven't made great contact yet.
Timeout was called, and Brennan Thompson had a quick conference with base coach Jason Mitchell. Over on the third base line as Thompson's back in the box, the 0-1. Checked his swing, and it's outside. Good call there by Thompson. That was a tough pitch to lay off.
Oh, man. If that's 2 strikes, you have to swing at that, but good eye by Thompson to get ball 1.
The next delivery. This one into the glove. Liner into the glove of a diving Eric Taylor. Thompson just standing there on the first base line. Can't do anything but tip your hat to Eric Taylor, the first baseman, for making a great play. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still 2-0 Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll be right back after this.
When someone says sleep apnea, it usually conjures up stereotype images. This is Dr. Jonathan Morgan. The fact is that sleep apnea affects people of all ages and occurs when there is an involuntary pause of breath during sleep. Are you always tired? At Arrowhead Dental, we offer oral appliance therapy as an effective, non-invasive treatment for certain types of sleep apnea. Schedule an appointment to take a simple in-home test. Visit arrowheaddentalwy.com today.
For more than 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we're able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses of all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Call us today to see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
Welcome back to this first game presentation of Evanston Baseball on mylocalradio.com and the Big Dog. Happy Memorial Day from myself and Ryan Steinecker. ELAN, OLLIFF, with Ryan bringing you the action live from HLADKY Memorial Stadium in Gillette, Wyoming, where the Evanston Outlaws have a 2-0 lead on the Sheridan Troopers. Lone runs in the game scored in the top of the first after Connor Peterson and Jagger Mitchell singled. Ryan Fisher hits a double to score both of them, and that's where the scoring stands. Jagger Mitchell has been pitching since the beginning, and he is in his third inning of work, has allowed 4 hits, no errors, and no runs scored. So a good outing so far by Jagger. Leading off the inning will be Michael Greer, who is looking for his first at-bat as he sacrificed Justice Reese over to third his last time up.
ELAN, we should mention we're working on the scoreboard camera to try to get that working. Oh, it got unplugged underneath. I don't know if it accidentally got kicked or something, but.
Okay, we should have that Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard camera working again as the first pitch to Greer is a ball. Jagger sets at the chest, kicks and delivers. Outside for strike number 1. Good pitch there by Jagger Mitchell. Mitchell has worked his way out of high-pressure jams the last 2 innings. In the second, he had a runner on third and then forced a fly out and a strikeout to end the inning. And then last inning, bases loaded, and struck out Justice Reese looking to end the threat. 2 balls, 1 strike to Michael Greer. Greer fouls that one off to even the count at 2. After our game, we'll be off until Saturday when the Evanston Outlaws will take on Jackson at 5:30 in the first game of the Rock Springs Coronavirus Varsity Baseball Tournament, as the next one is in the dirt. And behind Reed Gross, nobody on, so no danger. And it loads the count full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Greer, who hit a sacrifice fly to advance Justice Reese to third. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. And that is strikeout number 3 for Jagger Mitchell.
Get that strikeout swinging and get that first batter retired. The last 2 innings, he's gotten himself in a little trouble with getting that first leadoff hitter on base, and we'll see if this inning goes a little more smoothly for Jagger Mitchell.
Here comes Cody Kilpatrick, who flew out to center his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Jagger goes right to work on him. First pitch, outside for ball 1.
Mitchell with, I've got him at about 60 pitches so far in this game through 3 and the 3rd inning, so he's not working extremely efficiently, but he's effective so far. That's the key.
The pitch, outside for ball 2. Jagger Mitchell allowed a leadoff single to Justice Reese. He then Reese then balked over to second. Greer hit a sacrifice fly to put Reese over at third, and then he would get Kilpatrick to fly out to shallow center and then strike out Luke Keller to end that first high-pressure situation, as it's a quick 3-0 count to Cody Kilpatrick. And then last inning, as on the 3-0 pitch, Jagger gets the called strike. Last inning, back-to-back doubles by Nelson and Boynt, and then a walk by Taylor loaded the bases with 2 down as Kilpatrick puts it to right field. Kendall Cummings camped out under it for out number 2.
Cummings got a great jump on that. I mean, he immediately read it off the bat, got to his spot, settled, and made the catch.
Anyway, back-to-back singles, then walked the runner. Bases loaded, 2 down, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitch showdown ends with Justice Reese striking out looking to end the inning, leaving the bases loaded. Big inning there for Jagger Mitchell, as it's been a good inning for him here. He's got a strikeout and a flyout on the first 2 batters. 2 down for Luke Keller. First pitch outside.
You notice if you're looking on the scoreboard, Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, one of the big keys there, both teams with 4 hits, but Evanston was able to get those 2 runs in the first inning.
Jagger kicks and deals outside for ball 2. My apologies, that first pitch must have been called a strike, as it is a 1-1 count. Did you have that first pitch a ball as well?
I had it a ball as well, but it must have caught that outside corner.
Next one, a ball for 2-1. 2 down, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody on. Jagger can get out of this inning, no problem. The pitch in the zone for strike 1. Catches the outside part of it. Good breaking ball there from Mitchell.
Yeah, off speed, just kind of froze Keller. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do and let it go by for strike 2.
Mitchell, chopper right at Thompson. Should be an easy play to first, and that's out number 3. So grounds out to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still 2-0 Outlaws heading into the top of the 5th. We'll be right back on our first bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort and serious harm to your health. At Wyoming Dental Specialties, endodontist Dr. Leslie Walker understands the complexities removing infected tissues from inside the tooth, which is one reason why you can trust him to provide endodontic treatment and root canal therapy. With a skilled staff and state-of-the-art technology in our office, we help save your smile and improve your overall dental health. Call today to schedule your appointment, 307-789-5608.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
2-0 Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. coming in with a record of 1 win, 3 losses on the young season, as this is the first tournament of the year. Sheridan coming in with 2 wins, 2 losses, and Evanston with the chance to go to 2-3 before they head home, take about 5 days off, and then they'll play Saturday against Jackson and Rock Springs in the first day of the Rock Springs tournament. Jordan Schneider leading things off to face off against Boyne, as the first pitch, wave and a miss by Schneider for strike 1. Jordan flew out to center field his first time up in the 2nd inning, as we are in the 5th inning. Delivery outside and catches the outside part of the zone. I was just getting ready to write ball on my score sheet, but the 2 fingers go up from the umpire. 0-2 count.
And it's a movement from that ball left to right from our view as it went away from Schneider and caught the front edge of the plate.
The 0-2. High for ball 1. I want to thank you for joining us on Memorial Day for this Monday morning matchup between the Evanston Outlaws and the Sheridan Troopers, as the 1-2 is chopped along the first base line and foul.
And one of the goals Evanston had this weekend was to do enough, win enough games to get to a game today, to have that game today. So mission accomplished.
If you can get 3rd place at a tournament here that has the teams that they've seen, that would be something to talk about. Ground ball to the short second baseman. Keller dropped it, but he does recover in time to get it over to Eric Taylor for out number 1.
Yeah, good contact and sharply enough hit that even though Keller dropped it, had to pick it back up, he still had time to throw to first before Schneider could get there.
Reed Gross, the leadoff hitter, due up. He's 0 for 2. He flew out to right and popped out to the 3rd baseman in his first 2 at-bats. 1 down for Gross. Here comes the pitch from Boyne. Inside part of the zone for strike 1.
Boy, and that just broke at the right time. It looked like it was going to be right in on the handle of the bat. Almost hit Gross, but broke over the plate.
Next pitch, fouled off into the net by the first base dugout for strike number 2. Quick 0-2 count for Jacob Boyne against Evanston's Reed Gross. Kicks and deals. Foul tip, that one rolling all the way to the backstop. This is going to have a chance to go to first, and he will. Reed Gross uses his speed to get to the first base bag. So it'll go down as a strikeout swinging, but he gets on.
And he didn't foul tip it. It tipped the end of the catcher's mitt, Kilpatrick, and that's what that noise was. But he reaches first base safely.
Here comes Connor Peterson. 1 for 2 with a single run scored and a strikeout. Leads the team with 6 runs scored. Runner on first, nobody down. Fly ball into center field. Retreating back is Dubberly, and he makes the grab as he's backing up. What an athletic play there by Carter Dubberly.
Yeah, and he got a great jump on that ball. Peterson hit it really well and deep. I don't know, 350 feet back there, but Dubberly just too good in center field. And I think that's 2 outs
yeah,
now,
I was
right?
just looking at my score sheet because Jordan Schneider grounded out to short. Here comes Jagger Mitchell, 2 down. He's 2 for 2 actually, singled both times up. So having a great day at the plate and a great day on the mound as well. Boyne checks the runner at first, sets at the belt, gets the sign from Kilpatrick, kicks and deals. High for ball 1. Close game, 2-0 the score. The only 2 runs scored in the top of the first, so right out of the gate, and since then it's been a defensive battle. Kick and deal. Jagger chops one along the 3rd base line. Fielded, long throw to first. Great throw by Michael Greer to end the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and it's still 2-0 Evanston as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on a First Bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you want to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Evanston right now playing very well, probably the best we've seen all weekend as they are locked in a defensive showdown with Sheridan. It's 2-0 Outlaws in the bottom of the 5th. The Troopers will have Jake Skovgaard, and then the top of the order, Carter Dubberly and Dalton Nelson due up here in the 5th inning. Gotta hand it to Jagger Mitchell. He is dealing through 3 innings of work. He's allowed no runs, 4 hits, and has caused the Troopers to strand 5 on base.
Plus add in those 3 strikeouts, and he scattered those 4 hits over the 5 innings. He's doing well.
First pitch outside in the zone, though, for ball or strike 1.
Skovgaard hit the first pitch he saw in the 3rd inning for a single, and this first pitch, strike 1.
The 0-1 inside, and did it hit him? It did. It looked like it hit him around the shoulder blades. He chucks the bat down, probably a little frustrated that he didn't get to really swing at anything.
I thought when he showed that frustration, I thought maybe it had hit the bat instead of his back.
I was wondering about that too, but they did issue him the trip to first, so. But, yeah, I was definitely thinking the same thing. Did that just hit the bat or is –
Yeah. No, that was just a breaking ball that got away at Jagger. I think he just looked over at Skovgaard, kind of gave a wave like, my bad, kind of thing. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to do that.
Yep. Lefty Dubberly, the only lefty here in the lineup in Evanston, has had success against him. He's ground out and flied out here in the first two at-bats. Sorry.
Comes in hitting .333 on the season, so – he's 0 for 2 so far today.
Against Evanston, though, they were able to hold him in check. I believe they had him at 1 for 3 as the next pitch is outside for ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
He did go 1 for 3. Had a triple in the 4th inning. He batted 6th in the game against Evanston yesterday.
First pitch, low zone for strike 1. So Evanston have been able to kind of keep him in check. However, that triple is what kind of busted, well, not busted the game open, but produced the only runs, really. Mitchell kicks and deals. Ground ball right into the glove of Gus Allred. Tags first, throws second, and it's a little high. A jumping attempt by Jordan Schneider to try to bring it down, but it's in and out of his glove. And Skovgaard goes to second.
That was a big play by Schneider. He may get teased a little bit by his teammates, but for him to keep that ball in the infield, even to go up and knock it down, whether he caught it or not didn't matter because it kept Skovgaard at second rather than advancing to third.
Tried for the 3-6 double play, but the throw was a little bit high. I mean, Schneider had to get up there to get that one. Dalton Nelson due up. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch is inside, and it hit him. So that's the second hit batsman in 3 batters for Jagger Mitchell. Runners on first and second, and here comes Coach Thompson. This might be the end of the road for Jagger Mitchell.
I've got him at about 75 pitches.
Great performance by Jagger Mitchell as he will take the ball, give him a pat, And Jordan Schneider is going to come in and be the new pitcher. We've seen him pitch this week before. Let me bring up my stats here. I want to say it was in the game against Casper. Gonna double check that. So we can't close the book on Jagger Mitchell quite yet, as he is responsible for the 2 runners on. But he went 4 1/3 innings pitched. Allowed, I've got 4 hits.
Yep.
No runs scored.
I've got it if you want me to go through.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no runs, obviously no earned runs. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 hit batsmen. And he's on tap or accounting for these 2 guys on base with 1 down as Schneider takes the mound. Jordan pitched against Gillette Friday afternoon and was very effective initially. Did they get to him a little bit? Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if Jordan or Jaden was. I think Jaden allowed the home run to Powell in that game against Gillette, but he was fairly effective, and now they're going to be looking for Jordan to go possibly the rest of the way. The first batter he'll face is Jacob Boynton. He is 1 for 1 in the game. First pitch. Laced into right field. It hits the line. That's going to score at least 1 run. I think this game is going to be tied. Throw in by Cummings, and 1 run will score. 2 runs score, and it's an RBI triple by Jacob Boynt.
Boy, and he just saw that first pitch. He loved it, laced it down the right field line, dropped just inside the line, and ties the score up in our 2-run double. Or triple, excuse me.
So both of those runs will go against Jagger Mitchell. However, since they were both put on by being hit, they're not earned. And Boynt gets on a 2-run RBI triple.
Those 3 left-handed hitters in a row in Dubberly, Nelson, and Boynt, boy, you see what kind of how dangerous they can be.
Eric Taylor takes first pitch for a ball. Grounded up the middle, and that will score, and Sheridan takes the lead.
Boy, and just like that, Evanston goes from holding a 2-0 lead to trailing by 1.
Bottom of the 5th, and Sheridan has come alive. Here is Justice Reese. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. 1 out, the pitch. Fly ball into left field. It gets down. That will almost roll to the wall. Runners go to 3rd, and Reese has got a double.
Boy, this would be a quick hook, but these Sheridan troopers are seeing what Schneider is throwing. I don't know how much longer you can keep him in there. They are just cranking every pitch. He's thrown, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 pitches, and he's given up a triple, a single, and a double.
Here comes Coach Thompson. Points into center field, and we're going to see Casey Perriman take the mound.
And Schneider, you know, sometimes you just don't have it. Sometimes the opponent sees what you're throwing, and that's the case today. As Sheridan they just saw what Schneider was doing. The timing was right there with it, and they hit him hard.
So we can't close the book on Schneider. He's responsible for the runners on 1st and 2nd, but we do know so far he's allowed 1 run, and it is earned. And now Casey Perriman going to come in for the Evanston Outlaws.
Our broadcast today is brought to you in part by mylocalradio.com. Local radio just for you. We've got local and regional news, live regional sports. Check for your weather, job listings, giveaways, contests, and more with mylocalradio.com. and by Superior Rental and the Gunroom, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. They're a servicing dealer, so you can buy it and have it serviced at the same location. And that makes it simple and easy. Plus, they know how to fix what they sell if something goes wrong, or even maintain those items as well. So Superior Rental and the Gunroom, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
Casey Perriman taking his warm-up tosses in a 3-2 Sheridan lead, as Sheridan has gotten in the 5th inning so far 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits.
Yeah.
So Casey Perriman with a runner on 2nd and 3rd as he'll take over, trying to get out of this inning, give Evanston a chance to get that lead back. But with the way that we've seen Jacob Boynt go to work, it might be a tall order.
Right. Evanston has not been able to get anything, any kind of contact even. Well, they've made contact, but nothing close to a hit against Jacob Boynt. So Evanston's bats are going to have to come alive. But first they got to worry about getting out of this 5th inning. 3 runs scored and 2 men on with 1 out.
The good news for Evanston, they'll have Fisher, Perriman, and Allred due up in the top of the 6th.
So defensive adjustments, Fisher moved out to center field. Mitchell moved to short earlier when he and Schneider swapped places, and then Schneider moves over to third with Perriman on the mound.
First pitch from Casey Perriman of the season. The lefty deals. Fly ball into left field. Both Fisher and Cummings chase it down. It lands, and Sheridan extends the lead by 2.
Just into the right center field gap. Michael Greer with a beautiful double. Didn't get too much air underneath it and hits his teammates home. Big lopsided 5th inning for Sheridan.
So Perriman gets tagged for a double, and now here's Cody Kilpatrick in the 7th. Evanston trailing 5-2. With 1 down.
It was 2 early runs by Evanston, but then they haven't done much offensively since. And
checks the runner at 2nd.
In some trouble here, sorry.
Pitch outside for ball 1. Perriman sets, checks, and delivers. In the zone for strike 1.
So Mitchell was in line to earn the win, but then the right he's no decision, and Schneider's in line for the loss. See what Perriman can do here.
Kicks and deals. That one just low, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. 2, excuse me. (5-2) after a 5-run 5th inning by Sheridan. Michael Greer on 2nd, causing a little bit of a distraction as Perriman checks the runner and then steps off the mound. He's back on, gets the sign from Gross. Kicks and deals. Inside, almost hit him. That gets away from Gross as it bounced off the shoe of Kilpatrick, goes towards the backstop, and the runner will advance to third.
I think we can close the book on Jordan Schneider, right? No innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. No walks, no strikeouts, no hit batsman. Perriman's got to find that strike zone. He's a big, tall, strong left-hander.
3 balls, 1 strike. The delivery. Outside, and he walked. Oh, he looked like he was getting ready to walk. And a delayed call from the ump as he puts up the 2 fingers for strike 2.
Kilpatrick hadn't quite tossed the bat, but he was 3 or 4 steps on his way to first base.
The pitch. Popped that one high, and it goes foul into first base area. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on third. Evanston is allowed 5 here in the 5th. A delivery. Outside for ball 4, so a walk. And now we'll see Luke Keller, the 9th batter of this inning. Keller still looking for his first hit of the season.
Struck out in the second, grounded to second in the fourth. Boy, a grounder to second would be good. The Outlaws could have a chance at a double play.
Pitch by Perriman, and it's in the dirt a little bit. Or actually not in the dirt. It looks like it kind of got caught up in Gross's mitt as
he pulled it out, and it kind of rolled up off his fingers on his throwing hand, and then he had to look back, really secure it, and he couldn't throw.
Kilpatrick goes to second on that play. Foul tip in strike one by by Keller. Next pitch fouled to the backstop.
Well, you'd love to get an out here without the ball getting put in play, because pretty much anything in play is going to score one more run and put you down by 4 instead of just 3.
5-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sheridan leads it over Evanston. The pitch by Perriman. Swing and a miss, and down goes Keller for out number 2.
Oh, a great spot, down low and inside, close enough to the zone that Keller felt like he had to swing, but he had no chance of hitting that.
Jay Skovgaard comes up. He was hit by a pitch to start the inning, and he would come around and become the first run of those 5 to score for Sheridan. First pitch inside for ball 1.
Boy, that just missed the corner inside. May have been a bit low as well, but Perriman close on that pitch.
Runners on second and third, my apologies. Michael Greer on third, Kilpatrick on second after stealing second. Next pitch in and low, but a good stop there by Reed Gross. Ball 2. (2-0) count for Casey Perriman as he's facing Jay Skovgaard. Pitch is off of the shoe of Gross, and that's going to score a run as it rolls all the way to the backstop. And Michael Greer scores on a passed ball.
A disastrous 5th inning for the Evanston Outlaws. They not that a 2-run lead is comfortable, but they jumped on Sheridan early, those 2 runs in the first, and it held them scoreless until this point.
Pitch to Skovgaard outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk.
Skovgaard draws a 2-out walk, brings up the leadoff hitter, Dubberly.
So back again to runners on the corners with 2 outs. Got to get an out, get out of this inning, and stop the bleeding.
Dubberly 0 for 3. Batting .333 coming into this game. The pitch by Perriman. In the zone, great throw and catch by Reed Gross, who absolutely guns Jake Skovgaard trying to steal second, and that will be the 3rd out. Well, after that inning, it's 5 runs scored, and now it is, 6 runs scored. It's 6-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sheridan leads Evanston on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet, stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com and the Big Dog. ELAN OLLIFF bringing you the action along with Ryan Sanford live from HLADKY Memorial Stadium on the final day of the 2020 Gillette Spring Classic. Evanston Outlaws just allowed 6 runs in the top Or the bottom of the 5th, and now trail 6-2. The good news for Evanston is the heart of the order is up as Ryan Fisher, who is 1 for 2 with a double and the 2 RBIs, leads it off. He'll be followed by Casey Perriman and Gus Allred. First pitch to Fisher from Jacob Boynt in the zone for strike 1.
Breaking ball looks like it's coming in, and Fisher just lets it go by, drops in over the plate, strike 1.
Boynt gets the sign. Kicks and delivers that one outside for ball 1.
Evanston's got to get something going here. They got those 2 runs in the first inning, haven't done anything offensively since.
Swing and a miss as he waves at that one for strike 2. I just heard someone shout from the dugout. I want to say it was Jagger Mitchell that said, "Whatever it takes, Outlaws, whatever it takes." The 1-2, grounded up the center, and that's a base hit. That's exactly what Evanston needed to start this one out.
It takes that first hit and then a few more. And Fisher leads off with a single. No outs. Let's keep it going, Outlaws.
Casey Perriman, the new pitcher now. Due up for the Outlaws. He is 0 for 2, but he came in with a .625 average. So you know he can hit. The pitch, outside, ball 1.
And we mentioned it a time or two, but his first at bat, he made really nice contact, just hit it straight at the left fielder, and it was an easy play for Skovgaard, but very solid contact for Perriman.
Fisher's single is the first hit off of Boynt in 3 innings of work as Perriman pops this one up high for strike 1.
A healthy cut. He liked that pitch, just got underneath it. Luckily, he fouls it out of play rather than giving Sheridan a chance to make a play on it.
1 ball, 1 strike. Evanston trails by 4 here in the top of the 6th on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Broadcast brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic on 545 Cheyenne Drive in Evanston. Call 307-789-0043. Blood work, dietary supplements, weight loss programs, allergies. Get rid of them all. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043. Popped up high, and Kilpatrick makes the play in foul territory for out number 1.
And Fisher tags at first. The throw down there to second, a poor throw, so Fisher into second base.
Big play there for Evanston, trying to get a runner in a scoring position for Gus Allred. He's 0 for 2, but you get the feeling he's due, as he is one of the top players on this Evanston Outlaws team.
Yeah, came in hitting .333. He'd had some good plate appearances, 2 for 3 yesterday in the loss against Sheridan. One of the only Outlaws, they didn't get a lot of hits in that game, but he could use one here. The Outlaws could use one here.
Checks the runner at second. Boynt kicks and delivers. Pop that one high. Foul ball into the stands. Strike 1.
Boynt has really had the Outlaws in check. You mentioned it that Fisher, that single a minute ago, was the first hit they've gotten against him in 2 and a third innings of work.
And a timeout called. There must be something that Boynt just realized. Possibly they're going to have to mix up some signs or something.
It may be that with Fisher there on second base, he might be looking at a little bit, trying to steal those signs. And, of course, it's generally acceptable if you've got a man on. Everybody's working to try and steal those signs and help your batter teammate out.
So Boynt called the timeout, talked with Kilpatrick at the mound, and is taking his time getting back on the mound, and now we're ready to go. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Checks the runner at second. Kicks and delivers. Fouled off by Allred. That one's in the dirt, and that's going to put Ryan over at third, but since it is foul, he
Ryan was just running in case that one
Yeah.
stays fair, but it was a dead ball. I think it went off Allred's foot.
No balls, 2 strikes to Allred. Ryan Fisher over on second. He checks the runner. Nobody even guarding that bag. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball.
Good eye by Gus. That's a tough one to take. It was close just off that outside corner, but stays alive.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first. Top of the 6th. Evanston trail on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 6-2. The pitch. High and outside for ball 2. And after 2 straight strikes, Gus has worked it even. Checks the runner at second for Boynt. Runner at second is Ryan Fisher. Kicks and deals. Low for ball 3, and the count is full. Wasn't that bat for by Gus Allred after those first 2 strikes. He's laid off 3 good ones.
Big moment here. Keep that one out. Got to get Gus on base, move Fisher around, and keep this rally hopes alive.
Checks the runner at second, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, and down goes Allred.
Some high heat. Allred chased it, couldn't catch up to it. If he lays off, I think it's ball 4, and he takes his base, but tough one to lay off there.
Kendall Cummings due up. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the second and then flew out to right in the 4th. Runner on second, still Ryan Fisher. Only man on. 2 down, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
But the Outlaws they're behind. When Boynt really rears back and throws hard, his fastball faster than what the Outlaws have been able to adjust to so far.
The set by Boynt. At the belt, checks Fisher at second. Kicks and deals. Popped high into right field. Justice Reese, no, it'll be Eric Taylor who goes into foul territory and makes the grab for out number 3. So, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and it's still 6-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Evanston baseball. Sheridan leads on mylocalradio.com and the Big Dog.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome back to this First Bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog at mylocalradio.com on a Memorial Day. ELAN, OLLIFF, and Ryan Steinecker bringing you the action live from Blackfeet Memorial Station, where the Evanston Outlaws trail the Sheridan Troopers 6-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. As we enter the bottom of the 6th, we have a new hitter for the Sheridan Troopers. It'll be Hayden Roush, number 16. Aiden, sorry. Ground ball chopper at Jagger. Mitchell rolls up his arm, no good. Rebounded by Thompson as he throws it to first, and the throw is just late, and it's a single for Roush. Guessing he was hitting for Luke Keller.
Weren't we at Carter Dubberly? We were leading off. We were back at the top of the order. So this is Dalton Nelson up now. Can you not hear yourself? Elan, you can't hear yourself?
No, I cannot hear myself. My mic just kind of went weird.
I can hear you, so okay, I think you're still on.
All right. Pitch grounded up the center. Good job by Thompson. Kicks it over to second. Jagger Mitchell can't hang on to the ball for the force out. And runners on first and second.
Outlaws, 2 routine plays and 2 errors, just killing them right now. That should be 2 outs instead of 2 on and no outs.
Dalton Nelson gets to first. Dubberly had Aiden Roush pinch hit for him as he's on second. Pitch off of the glove of Gross.
Goodness.
And that'll send the runner over to third. So you've got runners on the corners now as Aiden Roush takes advantage of the passed ball as he'll go to third.
These are the type of mistakes that can absolutely undo a pitcher because he's doing his job. Things should be going well for him, but
next pitch for a ball.
It would be right there. It would be right here because I can hear you fine.
Okay. Sorry about that, everybody.
Did you come back? No.
Popped up high, and then it goes foul across the third base line. I can hear myself now, Ryan.
Okay.
Thank you. Broadcast brought to you in part by MyLocalRadio.com. Local radio just for you. Live regional sports as you're seeing on the website right now. Local and regional news, weather, job listings, giveaway, and contests. That's MyLocalRadio.com. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jacob Boynt, who has shut down the Outlaws on the mound. That one's high, and it is now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Boynt also got scoring started for Sheridan with 2 guys on after being hit by pitch. He hit a triple down the right field line that scored 2 runs and tied the game at that point in the 5th.
Casey Perriman still out there for Evanston. It's through the legs of Gross, and that will score another one for the Troopers. Aiden Roush with the run scored. Runner advanced to second is Dalton Nelson. And it is now 7-2 at the bottom of the 6th.
Perriman, we're going to get a taste of his mental toughness here because on the mound, he's done a pretty good job pitching. That pitch was obviously really low, would have been a tough one for Gross to handle, but they should have 2 outs and no runs scored in the inning.
Pitch off of Gross's chest pad. It rolls to the left side. Runner advances to third. Nelson thought about going home, but he holds up.
Imagine that's got to be a wild pitch. That bounced way outside and tough one to handle.
And it is a walk as well, so he'll get to first. Here's Eric Taylor. 1 for 2. He flew out, walked, and got a single and came around and scored in the 5th as part of that 6-run 5th inning for the Sheridan Troopers. Runners on the corners. Pitch by Perriman inside for ball 1.
Boy, just funny the way a baseball game can go, isn't it, Elan? The first 4.5 innings, the Outlaws were on top, feeling comfortable, maybe not comfortable, but confident. A 2-0 lead after they jumped out early. But since then, it's been all Sheridan.
Pitch by Perriman. Outside zone for strike 1.
And not just all Sheridan, but things going right for them. The Outlaws have made a few little mistakes that have been very costly in this inning as well. 2 errors already.
Set by Perriman. Kicks and deals. Runner takes off for second. It's in the dirt, but a good block by Gross. But Boynt will get to second on a stolen base. Eric Taylor looking at a 2 balls, 1 strike at bat against pitcher Casey Perriman for Evanston as the Outlaws trail 7-2. Swing and a miss at an outside pitch, and that evens the count up at 2. Runners on second and third. Dalton Nelson on third. Boynt on second. Perriman deals. Fouled off across the first base line and towards the dugout to keep the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Evanston scored 2 in the first thanks to a 2-run RBI double by Ryan Fisher. And it held Sheridan at bay as the next pitch from Casey Perriman is outside off of the glove of Gross. He's able to get to it before it rolls too far and holds the runner at third. 3 balls, 2 strikes against Eric Taylor. Evanston was able to hold Sheridan at bay until the 5th inning, where Sheridan just exploded for 6 runs, led by a 2-run RBI triple by Jacob Boynt. Swing and a miss, and down goes Eric Taylor.
Well, a much-needed first out. Hopefully that gets things going defensively for the Outlaws in this inning.
Strikeout number 2 for Casey Perriman, and here is Justice Reese. He was one of the only hit batters to get to Jagger Mitchell, the starter, as he hit a single, then was balked over to second, and then got to third on a sacrifice fly and was able to strike him out.
Outlaws changing catchers here, and it may be that that Hook or Hank Allred is more accustomed to catching for Casey Perriman. We've seen Reed have a lot of trouble staying in front of Perriman's pitches, and hopefully Hank can be, maybe he's more accustomed to that and can stay in front better.
So Hank Allred will be the new backstop for the Evanston Outlaws. We'll see where they insert him into the batting lineup.
I would assume right there at leadoff hitter for Reed Gross, and we'll have to see how that shakes out exactly. But
and he would be leading off the next inning.
Unless Gross comes back out. They are giving teams time. I wonder if Gross is removing his catcher's gear to come in at third or somewhere else. Nope, so straight 7 for 12. So Gross out and Hank Allred in.
Broadcast brought to you in part by I already did that one. Superior Rental and the Gun Room, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. Full line of Cub Cadet outdoor power equipment in stock and ready to take home today. Great discounts and easy financing. Pressure washers, trimmers, mowers, tillers, everything you could want. Superior Rental and the Gun Room, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. Hank Allred now settles in as he's ready to catch for Casey Perriman. 2 down to Justice Reese. First pitch outside. And you can already tell Allred definitely used to some of these pitches sailing outside, as he was up quickly and was able to grab that one.
That's a tough job for a pitcher. Perriman's kind of been all over the place so far.
Casey with the pitch. Fly ball into left field. It is caught by Peterson, tagging up to third. Throw into the infield is not in time to get the runner. Dalton Nelson keeping him from the sac fly.
So Justice Reese gets the RBI.
Reese with the sac fly, RBI. Brings up number 21, Greer.
On the sac. And now here is Michael Greer.
Sheridan has not gotten a hit in this inning, but they've scored 2 runs, and that's one of the things that errors can do to you in pass balls, wild pitches.
First pitch to Greer. Chopper along the third base line, but foul.
Still a runner in scoring position, so the threat not done yet, as Michael Greer, he also had a 2-run double in the 5th inning.
1 ball, or no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, that one off the chest of Allred, but they're able to get it, but not quick enough, as Boynt will go to third. Two outs, no balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss at an outside breaking ball for strike 2.
I think the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. That previous pitch, remember, bounced on the plate.
Yep. Next pitch. In the zone, down looking, goes Michael Greer. So that is going to be more runs for the Sheridan Troopers. It's 8-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th after this on our first big presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
Crafting is really fun. Sometimes a tutorial helps get the project finished just right. TheLittlestWoodShop.com offers tutorials on Facebook to teach you new techniques and fun ideas for crafting. Follow us on Facebook so you're notified each time we post a new tutorial. Plus, get all your supplies for each project at TheLittlestWoodShop.com. We sell individual project supplies, kits for group projects, and we sell bulk wholesale crafting supplies. Visit TheLittlestWoodShop.com today.
A pass to the Evanston Recreation Center gets you so much more than a weight room. A pass also gives you access to the pool, hot tub, steam rooms, cardio room, cycling studio, shooting range, basketball court, and locker rooms with showers. Passes also let you attend drop-in fitness classes at no additional cost, including Zumba, yoga, cycling, water aerobics, and strength training classes. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Recreation Center. Payment plans available. Stop in today.
Last chance for the Evanston Outlaws. They need to get 6 runs in order to force the Sheridan Troopers to respond in the bottom of the 7th, and they'll start with Brennan Thompson, then it'll be Jordan Schneider, and then the number 1 spot. We don't know who we'll see in that spot, as Reed Gross was just recently replaced by Hank Allred behind the plate. Brennan Thompson, 0 for 2, flew out to second, and then hit a liner laser beam that Eric Taylor was able to dive and get in his glove. Here comes the first pitch from Boynt, and that one is just outside for, or just inside, excuse me, for ball 1.
Boy, that looks in a spot like we've seen some pitches called strikes today. But
next pitch catches the outside zone for strike 1.
Thompson also, you see a lot of batters, you know, kind of hug that line, hug the plate. Thompson steps back a little bit.
Next pitch, outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody down. Beginning the top of the 7th, Evanston trails by 6. As Thompson tried to check his swing, but he foul tipped it into the glove for strike 2. It was interesting. He checked it like he was holding it back, and it just barely nipped it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jacob Boynt has been in since the 4th inning, 2-2 outside.
He's been great so far. No runs, 1 hit, a couple of strikeouts against Outlaw batters. Go ahead.
Full count delivery. Swinging chopper right at the first baseman, kicks it over to Boynt. He steps on the bag for out number 1.
Outlaws down to their final 2 outs of opportunity here, trailing 8-2, and they led for most of this game. They took a 2-0 lead in the first. Sheridan didn't score until the bottom of the 5th, but a lopsided 6 runs in that 5th inning.
Pinch hitter coming in for Evanston, number 23. I think that might be Bodie
Wicks. Yeah, you got it. He's in for Jordan Schneider. Bodie had an at-bat yesterday against...
I want to say against Sheridan.
Against Sheridan, you're right. He went 0 for 1, flew out to right field.
Pitch is outside zone for strike 1.
He watched that pitch go by and just stepped out of the box, nodding his head. Yeah, that was a strike. That was indeed.
Next pitch. Swing and a miss at 1 outside for strike 2. So quick 2 strikes on Bodie. We'll see the number 1 spot up. Don't know who that'll be yet. Here comes the 0-2. And that one somehow, some way catches the outside low corner for strike 3. Evanston down to their final strikeout, and it is going to be Hank Allred.
Hank's first at-bat as an Outlaw, I believe. Did he bat against Gillette Friday?
No. 2 down. Evanston down to their final out. First pitch. in the zone for strike one.
Boynt feeling confident. He started strong, he stayed strong, and well, he's looking to finish strong.
Next pitch. Outside zone for strike two.
Well, paints that front corner of the plate as it moves from our vantage point left to right away from Allred.
Next pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is the ball game. Final score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Evanston Outlaws 2, Sheridan Troopers 8. We'll be right back after this with our post-game show on a First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Again, your final score 8-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
It's time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Jimmy John's on 100. Wow, it's been a while since I've done this part. 114 Front Street? 113 Front Street in Evanston. We're Fast and Fresh Meat, where they spend 8 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. Again, that's Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston. The Evanston Outlaws came into the fourth place game of the 2020 Gillette Spring Classic, hoping to get the win and finish third at this opening event of the season. They take on the Sheridan Troopers, who they lost 3-1 yesterday to, and it started out good. In the top of the first inning, Connor Peterson and Jagger Mitchell both singles, setting up Ryan Fisher to get a 2-run RBI double, and it's 2-0 Evanston. Jagger Mitchell is dealing at this point and goes 4 1/3 innings, only allowing 4 hits. But there would be trouble in the 5th inning as... Sorry, 1 second. Just have to figure out what happened. As they would walk 2 of the first 3 batters. That would be it for Jagger. And then Jordan Schneider would come in, and that would be the turning point of the game as Jacob Boynt would hit a 2-run RBI triple to tie it up, and that would be where Sheridan would take it all over. Final score 8-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jacob Boynt gets the win, Jordan Schneider with the loss. We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll have individual stats and our Dr. McKay Franco Precision Play of the Game after this on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 with live video online at mylocalradio.com.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
It's time to go through the stats of this one as the final score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Sheridan Troopers, 8. The Evanston Outlaws, 2. Ryan, I believe you got the hitting stats for the victorious Sheridan Troopers, if you want to give us those.
Sheridan finishes with 8 runs on 8 hits and committed no errors on their defensive side. They stranded 7 on the base paths, but struck out 6 times. Individually, Carter Dubberly went 0 for 3. Aiden Roush 0 for 1, but scored a run, reached on an error in that 6th inning. Dalton Nelson 1 for 4, scored twice. He also reached on an error and scored. And hit by a pitch and scored. Jacob Bount 2 for 3. He had a good day. 1 run scored, 2 RBIs on that 2-run triple in the 5th. Eric Taylor 1 for 3, 1 run and 1 RBI. Justice Reese 2 for 3 with a run and a RBI as well. Michael Greer 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in and 1 run scored. Bottom third of the order, not great because Cody Kilpatrick goes 0 for 2. Luke Keller 0 for 3. Jace Skovgaard did go 1 for 1, was hit by a pitch and scored 1 run. And that's a lot of runs there, especially if you look in the 6th or 5th and 6th innings where Sheridan scored all 8 of those runs they put on the board.
For the Evanston Outlaws, we've got Reed Gross going 0 for 3. Hank Allred going 0 for 1. Connor Pearson going 1 for 3. Jagger Mitchell, one of the co-leaders of the team, going 2 for 3 with a run scored. By the way, Connor Peterson in that 1 for 3 did score 1 run. Ryan Fisher 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Casey Perriman 0 for 3. Gus Allred 0 for 3. Kendall Cummings 0 for 3. Brendan Thompson going 0 for 3. Jordan Schneider 0 for 3. And Brody Wicks going 0 for 1. Evanston scored 2 runs on 5 hits. So definitely one of those deals where the bats didn't exactly wake up when they needed to, much like what we saw the first time we saw this Sheridan team.
Yeah, it really was. And you look at, so Peterson had a hit, Jagger Mitchell had 2, and Ryan Fisher had 2 hits. Outside of those 3 guys, the Outlaws 0 for 18. They've got to get more production up and down the lineup.
When you look at what's coming up in the future, it's the beginning of a very long season. No need to panic, no need to get depressed. It's the beginning of a very long season.
Let me just stop you. Not a very long season.
Okay,
it's a shortened season. We've only got 2 months of this season, really.
Well, what I mean is that it's the beginning of the season. There's a lot of work left to do on everyone's team.
For sure, certainly. And Evanston really only had a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks of practice to get ready for this weekend. And there's obviously there's room for improvement.
Definitely.
And it's there. But we saw some very positive things.
Definitely. The highlight definitely would be the 20-6 win over the Casper Oilers. They'll be looking at that one. But now they've got to go ahead and get in the trucks, make the long trip back to Evanston, as we will be in a matter of a few minutes, and get ready for the Rock Springs tournament, where they will face Jackson and Rock Springs in the first 2 games of that one. I believe those first pitch scheduled around 5 o'clock and 7:30. I believe is the second one. It'll be Jackson and Rock Springs in that order. We'll have those games on mylocalradio.com. Got one more thing left to do, as well as KNYN 99.1. Got one more thing left to do, and that is give out our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game. And, Ryan, there's one that stands out to me, and I want to give it to Jagger Mitchell striking out. Who was it? Striking out
Justice
Reese, yeah, with the bases loaded.
Yeah, bottom half of the third, Jagger had allowed a single, another single, and then another single, and then walked to Eric Taylor. Justice Reese comes up with bases loaded, 2 outs. We got to a full count.
Yep. It was a very dramatic part of the game. I think that's your Dr. McKay Franklin precision play of the game.
Yeah, I think you're right. It froze Reese. In fact, he thought it was ball 4. He thought he had just walked home a run and earned an RBI, but instead he earned a trip back to the bench to pick up his glove and head to right field to play defense.
Well, congratulations to Jagger Mitchell on that honor. That's going to do it for our broadcast. On behalf of our producer back in Evanston, the wonderful Val Cook, on behalf of my broadcast partner, Ryan Steinekert, I'm Elan Off saying we'll see you next time the ball flies, which will be right here at 5 o'clock when we come to you live from Rock Springs on Saturday, May 30th, when the Evanston Outlaws open up that tournament against the Jackson Giants. Thank you so much, and take care.
You've been tuned into Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog 99.1 KNYN with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Chevrolet, First Bank of Evanston, Dr. McKay Franklin, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Arrowhead Dental, Plains Tire, the Come On In of Casper, the Littlest Wood Shop, Evanston Recreation Center, the Legal Tender Restaurant in Best Western Dunmar Inn, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Uinta County School District No. 1, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Black's Fork Dental of Mountain View, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Mountain West Business Solutions, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Cash Honda Yamaha, and by Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We want to thank Office Manager Kayleen Anderson, our Sales Manager Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elan OLLIFF, and Bridge Valley's Jake Hibbard, Rich County's Ryan Steinekert, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. But the biggest thanks of all is to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived games and like My Local Radio on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at MyLocalRadio.com.